Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third installment of the Chan Reed Show. Today we're going to talk about careers, jobs, which ones you should be pursuing, which ones you shouldn't be pursuing, what you should be doing in your spare time while working these jobs, and really any and all the above. So let's get right into it. So first, I want to talk about what is a career versus what is a job. A career is any sort of regular paid role where your performance is tied directly to your bonus or your income. So this could be a strictly sales commission only role, a salaried role that has huge upside, equity component to it, such as a real estate developer who gets a piece of the promote, a private equity associate who gets some of the carry within the fund, etc. Something where you have some extra equity upside. And a job is a job in which you are getting paid the same fixed flat amount. Maybe you have a small performance bonus attached to it, but no matter how hard you work, or conversely, which we'll get to in a second, how little you work, you're getting paid the same amount every time. So obviously the career sounds a lot better than the job, uncapped income versus non-capped income, but we will get to the benefits of perks of having a regular job soon. So first off, someone put it to me, or I think I saw a tweet maybe, and the tweet, it was one of those engagement catchers. It was, if your current role is not setting you up for a $500,000 minimum payday in the next 5 years, you need a new role. And I thought about that. I'm like, damn, that's honestly good ass advice. Like, if you think about it, it's like, what are you working for? What's your end goal, right? Or do you want to be working a 9 to 5, maybe getting a 3% increase or a 10% increase, however it pans out on your promotion for the rest of your life? Or do you want to pursue a path or a job that you can hit a home run in and that you can really just take the cap off your potential and just crush it? So I think that's a good heuristic of where you should be, especially if you're young, you just got out of school, you're in your late 20s, single, no kids, anything like that. I think it would be a pretty good idea to go a riskier route. So careers are certainly the goal. And like I said, we want to get the $500,000 minimum payday. So whether that is promote in some sort of fund, some sort of private equity, maybe you get a stock option as a startup, or maybe you are selling a high ticket offer as a salesman where you get fat commissions. So we're going to be focusing on that, but jobs are okay. A regular 9 to 5, they have their place in life. And that is, one, to keep the lights on while you are building something on the side. You also probably will get good benefits with it. And two, you can also have a job if it is teaching you the skills that you will need to learn in order to go out on your own and do it. So let's say you might be a salaried, acquisitions analyst at a real estate firm. And maybe you haven't qualified for the promote yet. You're not getting any of the nice carry from the nice funds, but you're still learning. Hopefully, you're still learning how to acquire the real estate, set up the deals, get the financing, all the due diligence, all that good stuff. So you can one day take that and go run on it on your own and set up your own real estate shop. So that's another example of where jobs are right. I really had to learn this the hard way, because a lot of you probably are sitting there like, oh, I really like my job. I like my boss. I like my coworkers. That's cool. Like, so did I. And I'll tell you about, before I purchased my company back in May of last year, I was working for what previously, 2 years before then, when I started, I would have considered my dream job. I was working for a full-service real estate developer, working on a transformative project in my hometown, and I couldn't be more proud to be a part of the project and seeing the impact that it had on my city. But at the same time, I was having a conversation with a guy, call him Mentor, guy I met off Twitter, what have you. He was like, yeah, well, you could be working for this one company and you're doing all these great things, but like what like monetary piece of that is yours versus just what you're feeling of pride, which is certainly okay. But it really made me think, I'm like, damn, even if I stayed with this company, till I was like 40, how fast am I getting into that promote? How fast am I going to be getting a piece of the upside? And probably the answer was not very fast. So once I kind of had that phase shift, that mental clarity, if you will, like, oh man, like this is cool and all, but damn, I want to go make some money. So after that, I started, really trying to find some side hustles, and then all of a sudden I stumbled upon this opportunity to buy the SMB I'm currently operating, of all places, off Twitter, which is hilarious. That's another podcast in itself right there, but we'll get to that one day. But it's just like once you are open to the possibility of the opportunity happening, or open to greater things, then they start presenting themselves to you. And that's really what I think was in my opportunity. I call it dumb luck, whatever. I think it was some esoteric ass shit, bro. That's that. So anyways, right now, if this is you're sitting there in your job, you're stuck, you're thinking, damn, I don't know if this is for me or not. My advice is to, one, start building a side business, Wi-Fi money, and we'll go into Wi-Fi money in a different podcast. We'll go into that as soon as possible, or start building that business as soon as possible. On the side, early mornings, late nights, grinding. 2, get a high-paying career job where you're compensated for your performance, or some mix of the both. Like, especially now in the remote world, I know some dudes that are like working like 3 or 4 jobs, all remote, and it's crazy. And they outsource all their remedial tasks to the VAs. They have a couple hours of work of their regular jobs, and then the rest are building their own side businesses, all the shit. So it's really cool. So a lot of things are possible. So this podcast might be delayed. I'm coming to you live Thursday night right now. Might be delayed a little bit. I'm attending the SM Bash Small Business Conference in Orlando, hosted by one of my partners in my current business, Sam Rosati. Shout out, Sam. Really looking forward to the conference this weekend. Hopefully I will learn some shit. Going to be a lot of people that were in my shoes a couple years ago, and hope to learn more about it. So I'm sure I'll have a podcast about that experience as well. So that's it. See you guys next week. Much love.